I went from 200 pounds at 5 feet tall to 157 pounds at 5'9". And after adjusting for height difference, I lost 110 pounds. Here's 5 things that I learned about fat loss. Number 1, lifestyle change. A major turning point in my fitness journey was when I actually realized and accepted or embraced, or whatever fucking feel good word you want to use, the fact that I needed to make a change in my lifestyle and I needed to live a different life. Because growing up, I was always just that fat kid who would go home and dip Oreos into Nutella. That's actually a real story. I'd dip like 10 Oreos into Nutella every single day and just eat that. And that was somehow normal to me. I can't even imagine what that would be like if I did that today, but I did that back in the day. So I kept doing that, and so it just became part of my self-image. Like, oh yeah, I'm that guy. I'm the fat kid who just eats Oreos dipped into Nutella. And there came a certain point in time where I was like, okay, if I continue to live like this, will I ever look different? And obviously the answer to that was no. Even at that point in time, I didn't like being fat. I didn't like being, quote unquote, the fat kid. And that's when I had to decide to make a change. And I know this sounds really cliche and overused, and you've probably heard it a billion times because it's true. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't change your actions, your life will not change. You're going to look the same, you're going to feel the same, because you're going to be the same if you don't change your actions. And it took me a while to change things, and it took me, honestly, way longer than it should have. But day by day, week by week, month by month, I changed. I was different. And that meant everything from, oh, instead of the Oreos, now I'm reaching for a protein bar. Or instead of, trying to eat to relieve my stress, I'm going on walks. But it was little changes like that every day that led me to actually build the physique that I have today. And the reality is, if you want to actually change the way you look, you have to formally make a decision. Like, okay, I am going to change. Sit down, tell yourself that you're going to change. And the thing is, you don't have to announce it to the rest of the world. You don't have to post it on your Instagram story or Facebook status or whatever. But you have to announce it to yourself. The second thing that I had to learn the hard way during fat loss was hidden calories. This is probably the toughest and most frustrating lesson that I learned during fat loss. I'd eat, say, chicken and rice and think, oh my God, I'm eating healthy. I'm going to lose all this weight. And the thing is, I never even stopped to consider the amount of oil in my rice. Sorry, not in my rice, you idiots, in my chicken. So if you can't tell, I'm brown. And brown people food tends to have loads of oil in it. And if you don't know what brown people food is, I'll just put a bunch of photos up on screen right now. But chicken curry, your chicken tikka, your freaking, let's think of a brown people dish that you guys are gonna know. Oh yeah, butter chicken, all of that stuff. It's got loads of oil in it. And the fact of the matter is, just a little bit of oil, like 1 or 2 tablespoons of it, can completely throw off your deficit, completely like fuck up your entire, like all of your hard work for that day just gets flushed down the toilet as soon as you have like 2 tablespoons of olive oil or canola oil or whatever it may be. Oil of all sorts is really dense in calories. Why can't I speak today? So oil was the big culprit for me not losing weight. But for other people, it can be condiments, your mayonnaise, your ranch sauce, your Thousand Island, whatever it may be. Those things are fucking loaded to the brim with calories. You'd be surprised if you ever like look at the back of the container and look at how many calories per like certain 28, 30 grams. If you weigh out 30 grams, it's like half of what you actually take. So it's crazy. Those sauces are really dense in calories, so watch out for them. So I've talked about olive oil and condiments. Now I'm also going to talk about your spreads, peanut butter, Nutella, your jelly, all of that stuff. You'd be surprised. So a tablespoon of peanut butter can look very different for 2 people. A heaped tablespoon of peanut butter probably has twice as many calories as just like a normal tablespoon of peanut butter. So please, if you're going to have those like calorie dense spreads, please, for the love of God, weigh them out, because they can actually fuck you up and you'd never even know. The third thing that really helped me lose fat was movement. This is one of the biggest hacks that me and my clients use to lose weight effortlessly. Now, when I say effortlessly, I mean that we don't give up our favorite foods and we don't spend fucking hours on the treadmill jogging away to fucking save our lives. This is exactly how I adjust movement for fat loss. So, go into your phone, go into the health app, look at your average daily step count over the past 6 months. Whatever it is, try to increase it by 2,000 steps every week until you hit 10K steps. So this week, say my step count was at 4K, I'm gonna try to hit 6K for this week. And then next week, I'm gonna try for 8K. And then next week, I'm gonna try for 10K. Once I get to 10K, I can just maintain 10K since that's plenty of steps and it should help you lose all the fat you need to lose. If you increase your daily average step count over the next 6 months, I promise you're gonna weigh less than you do today. The fourth thing that's really underrated in my opinion, but helped me lose loads of weight is weight training. Unfortunately, this doesn't get talked about enough because it's easier to tell people to just run for hours on the treadmill endlessly whilst they fucking get bored and end up quitting their fitness journey because who the fuck wants to run on treadmills for hours anyways? Whatever. So continues my beef with the fucking fitness industry anyways. It's a shame that nobody really advocates for weight training because it's built me and some of my clients their dream body, or at least has gotten us closer to it. And the thing with me is I only fell in love with fitness after I started lifting weights. Here's the harsh truth. You will never build a body that looks good through just cardio alone because you're going to end up shriveled up and skinny. And unless that is your goal, if you're going for like the anorexic look, then by all means, but most people aren't. And you're not going to get to the physique that you want, to the body that you want without lifting weights. Because if you lift weights the right way, you will build muscle, which is what you want, don't you? I can tell you this about myself for sure. If I was to just run on the treadmill, I would have never gotten to where I am. I would have probably quit 2 to 3 months into this whole thing. Get this, over the past 2 months, across my 4 weight loss clients, I have helped them lose combined over 20 pounds. And guess what? This is where it gets fucking crazy. I've never asked any of them to run on the treadmill. Because why would I? Okay, think of it this way. I hate running on the treadmill because it sucks, it's boring. Why would I ask my clients to do something that I hate doing? If they said that they loved running on the treadmill, that would be a different story. But most people, including myself, hate running on the treadmill. So why would I ask them to do it? If you came to me and asked me to train you and you wanted to lose weight, one of the first things I'd do would be to set you up with a training program that prioritizes weightlifting. The fifth thing that I learned about fat loss was a slow metabolism is a myth. Unfortunately, this is one of the biggest fucking lies in the fitness industry, and it will continue to be because losers can sell you their fucking supplements after they tell you that you've got a slow metabolism and when you take this magic pill, it's gonna fix your metabolism. Whatever. The thing is, your metabolism isn't the reason for you not losing weight, because that's what I thought, right? I'm like, oh, my metabolism's like super slow. That's why I can't lose any weight. And you know how I realized that was completely false? I ended up getting lean eventually, and my metabolism didn't change. I didn't take any fucking supplements. I didn't get any steroids up my ass. Nothing. Literally nothing changed other than my habits, the way I went about my diet, and the way I went about my training. And here's the thing, I'll give you a little, for the people that want to be special snowflakes, I'll give you a little food for thought. Even if you are part of that small fraction of people, that 0.001%, that actually has a really slow metabolism, I want you to imagine this. When you think about, oh, I have a really slow metabolism, does that belief serve you? Does it help you to think that way? No. So why would you believe in something that takes power away from you? Is that what you want to do? Do you want to believe in something that makes you powerless? Because I know for a fact that I don't. And I'm hoping that you don't either. Focus on the stuff that you have direct control over. Your step count, your diet, how much weight you're lifting in the gym, whether you're sleeping enough. If you focus on these things, you'd get a much better result than just sitting down in your room on fucking Reddit, typing away going, I have a slow metabolism. Like, it doesn't help you.